one of the major things that I wanted to share is they talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, because I'm going to call it what it is. I'm not just saying DEI because that's a coin term to make people think that that's something negative. No, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So when I look at my veterans, when I look at my people who are disabled, when I look at LGBTQ+, when I look at any minorities, I mean, you're just saying you don't want them to be included in anything. And so this bill states that if we include it on anything, we have problems. So the false narrative is it lowers standards and promotes unqualified candidates. That's the false narrative. But the truth is it expands opportunities without lowering standards because talent and opportunity are equitably distributed if we look at diversity, equity, and inclusion, removing systematic barriers that have historically excluded qualified individuals. And it does not mean hiring or admitting unqualified individuals. My peers just introduced a bill that can impeach me from office because I'm Black. Mm-hmm. So if you look on page 5, and it's row 18, 19, and 20, and it talks about elected officers. It says a state officer elected by the people. Now hear that. We're elected by the people who knowingly and willingly fails or refuses to comply with the provision of this chapter or any lawful administrative directive issued under this chapter is subject to impeachment. So if I celebrate my culture, they're trying to impeach me. So it's important for me to learn your culture, but you can't learn mine, or I can't learn mine. So if I'm teaching anybody about how I grew up, what I learned in life, as far as me and my ancestors, I can be impeached. Let me tell you something. If you're not woke, you'll have things like this where you can be impeached while you're just doing your job. If you're not woke, you'll have it where they want to ban every single book that talked about history and all the contributions that's been given to this world. If you're not woke, we're going to be losing businesses in North Carolina because people don't want to come to a place that's trying to exclude people. This is diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're not talking about someone trying to injure people, cause harm, do anything negative. We are talking about trying to include individuals who have been excluded for the majority of the time to ensure that we have the best and the brightest. And that is an issue.